And there's more. Over to the senior BBC Radio 2 announcer.
Hello, this is BBC Radio 2 calling. This is BBC Radio 2 calling England, Ireland, Scotland, Wales, and parts of Bridlington. Asking you to remember the motto of the BBC, nation shall speak peace unto nation.
Fill the Channel Tunnel in.
Here, here. I don't want any of those 6 mad Frenchmen crawling under my hydrangeas.
Nation shall speak peace unto nation.
Open that Channel Tunnel and we'll have them Dutch fellas all over the place with their wooden Y fronts.
How terribly obnoxious. Keep the foreign blighters out.
Nation shall speak peace unto nation.
Spaniards riding their bikes along our quiet country lanes with their onions draped over the handlebars.
How revolting.
Nation shall speak peace unto nation.
And worst of all, them Italians.
Don't mention the Italians.
Going round pinching ladies on the backside.
Do they really? I rather like the Italians.
I'm glad that there's something you like. Let's hope that you like Jimmy's cricket team starring Jimmy Cricket. Why have you got a towel draped over your head?
I've just met a German. There's one thing that all overseas and people from abroad envy us for.
They can have Rolf Harris.
I'm talking about the reliable, the ever-dependable British Bobby.
Ah, the British Bobby, the finest in the world.
Excuse me, Constable. Could you tell me the way to the maternity hospital?
I could if I wanted, but I'm not going to.
Please, I'm a stranger here and I must get to the maternity hospital.
I don't care, I'm not going to tell you.
Why not?
I'm in one of my moods. I've got my funny set on today and no mistake.
Can't you see the state I'm in? They rang me while I was at work. I must get to the maternity hospital.
I don't care, I'm still not going to tell you. I'll go in the burning fire.
Please, please, how do I get to the maternity hospital?
Well, first you'll need a wife.
I've got one. Why do you think I'm trying to get to the maternity hospital? I'm begging you.
You're not, are you?
Begging.
In that case, turn left down Terryasson Street.
Left down Terryasson Street.
You'll see the Salvation Army Hall on the corner.
Salvation Army Hall on the corner. Go on, go on.
Turn right, then go straight on.
Will that bring me to the maternity hospital?
No, you'll fall head first in the canal.
I'm going to report you to the Chief Constable.
I'm not bothered, I'm a bus inspector.
And now for that very beautiful poem by Carlton Huber, How Short the Spring. He wrote some other belters as well.
Get off, you bum!
Quickly followed by one of the most romantic tear-jerking films of all time, Brief Encounter 2.
Oh dear, I seem to have got a piece of grit in my eye.
May I help?
No, really.
Try pulling your eyelid down over your kneecap.
Try lifting your left leg and whistling Chattanooga Choo-Choo.
Let me help.
Try hitting yourself over the head with a mallet, then blowing your nose.
Allow me.
You're frightfully kind.
Try putting a bucket over your head and twanging your garters.
Please.
It's such a terrible bore for you.
Not a bit of it. May I borrow your hanky? Thank you. Now, open your eye.
I can sort of feel it just in the corner of the eye.
It's a piece of grit. Nearly got it? Got it.
That feels so much better. What an awful nuisance. I've missed the train.
What did you throw at it?
What a dreadful bore. My next train isn't for half an hour.
Might I suggest that we go to the buffet and have a cup of tea?
You've been kind enough, but I don't think that we should.
I love you.
We've only just met.
I don't care. You've become the most important thing in my life.
No, I can't.
Why not?
I'm a happily married man.
Cheerio.
Hello, I'm a stupid man.
Nice to see you, stupid man.
I'm enjoying the stupid things what you're doing this week.
I'm delighted to hear you say that, stupid man.
Do you want to hear the stupid thing what happened to me yesterday?
Only if it's stupid.
Everything what happens to me is stupid.
What happened to you yesterday, stupid man?
Stupid, this is. A gypsy knocked at my door with a bunch of artificial flowers. I could hardly hear him. I told him to go away because I didn't want to buy his flowers. Do you know what he said to me?
What did he say to you, stupid man?
He said, if you don't buy any, I'll put a curse on you. I told him to be on his way and slam the door.
Quite right.
Not really.
Why not?
I turned round and tripped over my tail. That's stupid, isn't it? Do you want to see my tail?
Not just at the moment.
It comes in handy for keeping the flies off the boiled ham.
I'm sure it does.
Things like that always happen to me because my head's full of Jolly Robins.
I'm surrounded by them. I never know what's going to clobber me next. I have a good idea who this is. Hello?
Hospital requests. And listen to what I have to say because I'm up to my neck in trouble.
Serves you right. What is it this time?
Telephone bill, £700.
£700?
£700? How did they expect me to pay?
Well, why don't you complain?
I did. They sent a young lad round to my house yesterday.
What did he say?
Let go.
Let go?
Big hunky lad he was, 6'2" with black curly hair, blue eyes, broad-chested, strong arms, and the thighs. Ooh, the thighs. You can't order them out of the catalogue.
That's neither here nor there.
It might be there, but it's certainly not here.
You're asking for trouble.
I'm begging for it, but I never get it. I don't know what to do. I'm distracted. I said to him, how do you expect me to pay 700 quid? I'm Barasic.
What did he say?
Put me down.
You shouldn't have to pay that much.
I know. I explained the position to him.
Well, what did he say?
How dare you?
Have you no money coming in?
I've just been made redundant at the biscuit factory.
What was your job at the biscuit factory?
Cracker packer.
Cracker packer?
Cracker packer. They took me off cream puffs.
Well, you're entitled to benefit.
It's donkey's years since I had the benefit. I told him I had no finances.
What did he say?
You're kneeling on me neck.
Listen to me. Your telephone bill is assessed on the number of telephone calls that are made from your house.
I know that.
And they want you to pay £700?
700 smackers.
Well, that's wrong.
That's right.
It can't be.
It is. He went upstairs and found the 6 sailors, the insurance man and the milkman locked in the back room. He let them all out.
Well, the good thing is it's reduced your telephone bill.
And the bad thing is, I'm a woman alone.
Samaritans.
I need help.
That's what we're here for. Goodbye. Samaritans.
You put the telephone down on me.
I'm most dreadfully sorry.
You are the Samaritans?
Here to help 24 hours a day if you have a problem.
Well, I do have a problem, and that's why I'm ringing you.
I see. Cheerio. Samaritans.
You did it again to me.
Did what again?
I telephoned you. You said Samaritans and put the phone down.
I really am sorry. It's been a very busy evening. Not a very good night.
I can't remember the last time I had a good night.
Good night. Samaritans.
Why do you keep doing that to me? You're supposed to give help and comfort to people.
You have just summed up our work to perfection. As Samaritans, it is our job and our earnest desire to help those many thousands of faceless people who are suffering hardship, stress, and the varied problems of life, which they find difficult to cope with without professional counselling.
Well, I'm glad to hear you say that, because it's very reassuring to somebody in my predicament.
It's good to hear. Bye for now. Samaritans.
Samaritans? Samaritan? Call yourself a Samaritan? Are you going to give me help or not? You've put that phone down on me every single time.
If you'd care to tell me your problem.
Well, I'll start to tell you my problem, and you'll put the phone down on me again. I'm in despair. That's what I'm in. Despair. Begging for help.
Rest assured, I want to help. Please tell me what your problem is.
Well?
After the tone.
Ladies and gentlemen, come here. I'm beside myself, and the two of us are delighted. Never in my wildest dreams did I think we'd get such a response from the members of the public. We've had thousands of letters asking if you could hear again the Lakeside Choir.
You can forget it, mate.
I want no part of this.
And cut me out as well.
But we can't ignore the public. Can we ignore the public?
Yes.
You know, it's a joy to work with such wonderful, cooperative, helpful, friendly people. One week I will. Ladies and gentlemen, at your request, we present the Lakeside Choir with their own rather different version of I Do Like to Be Beside the Seaside. My name's Marlowe, Philip Marlowe, Private Eye. I've got a problem with my other eye. The cat swallowed it. I lay soaking in the bath and thinking to myself, why did nature have to be so cruel? Why do so many people have to have it so tough? Like my window cleaner who'd just fallen 50 feet off his ladder through laughing. Then there was Valda. She was a big girl. She'd so many double chins, you'd think she was looking out here for a pile of crumpets. Valda had what it takes, only to take what she had, you need a forklift truck. Valda never had any luck with her love life. She's been engaged more times in the washroom at Grand Central Station. The phone went. I'll get another one tomorrow. My feet ached. They ached all because of a dame who'd called at the office to hire me. What did she think I was, a piano stool? She threw $1,000 in the desk. She obviously had a lot behind her. She had a lot in front of her as well. She was the first dame I've ever seen with get-out-of-bed eyes. She had beautiful, gleaming white teeth. I caught a glimpse of them when she opened her handbag. She started to cry. I gave her my hanky. She blew her nose and 3 tugboats put out to sea. She took a grip of herself, when no one else would. I told her to give me the whole story right from the top. She let it all hang out. I was squashed up against the wall. I watched the last tear as it rolled down her nose. It took 20 minutes. The poor dame had tried to make herself look beautiful. She'd had her face lifted so many times, every time she smiled, her hair parted across the top of her head. She'd had a nose job done on the cheap. I could tell, it had only one nostril. Same old story. Her husband had walked out on her for another dame. $1,000 to find him. I found him. He gave me $2,000 to forget everything. What did this guy take me for? My name is... Funny, I can't remember.
Samaritans?
Now, just you listen to me. Don't keep putting the phone down on me like you did last time.
The last time?
The last time I rang Samaritans. Samaritans. You see, I'm all confused. That's the way he's got me now. I just don't know where I am.
If you could tell me the whole story from the beginning.
I will.
Do you wish to remain anonymous?
Yes, I do. My name's Charlie Ellis.
I shall respect your anonymity, Charlie Ellis. Fella on the phone here by the name of Charlie Ennis. Anonymous call.
It's him what's got me in this condition.
Him? Well, you'll have to give me a little more detail.
Well, I'm the porter at Wrinkle Lodge, home for retired folk.
I have heard of it. Do go on.
Just a minute, I'll have to have a tablet first. Oh. He's got me on the tablets.
Oh, you are obviously in need of help. Tell me all about this man.
Well, he keeps ringing me up at Wrinkle Lodge, home for retired folk. And I'm not a young man. He rings me up and he gets me all of a dither.
Is he offensive or rude to you?
No, nothing like that. What he does is he rings me up at Wrinkle Lodge, home for retired folk, rings up and asks to speak to residents.
I can't really see the harm in that.
Well, you would if you were the porter at Wrinkle Lodge, home for retired folk.
That's your place of work.
What is?
Wrinkle Lodge Home for Retired Folk.
Yes. You see, I can't even remember where I work now. And all because of him. What he does is he rings up and he has to speak to residents with great big long names, the like of which you wouldn't believe.
Residents with long names?
I just can't take them in. I can't pronounce them. I'm in the right state with him. I can't sleep. I can't eat. I've even been thrown out of the darts team at my local.
What for?
I killed the budgie. My hands are shaking now as I speak to you, in case he rings up again.
Oh, this really is very sad. I think your problem is a serious one that needs to be discussed fully. I'm deeply distressed that this man should put you in such a state. Quite honestly, it's made me very angry that a fine old gentleman like yourself should have to suffer this. In fact, you shouldn't have to suffer at all. Now, this is what I want you to do. Ring me back later this evening when I'll have more time to talk to you.
Who do I ask for?
Mr. John.
Mr. John?
Mr. John, Peebertiddled, Piddlethorpe, Sletterton, Bush, Orpington.
I can't get away from them. Oh, where's my tablets?
All clear, good. I can read the letter from Minami. Dear Jimmy, I went with your father last Sunday to the christening of your cousin Walter and his wife Rita's new baby. Unfortunately, the priest tripped. He's now called Walter Oops Cricket. Your father bought me a new coat specially for the occasion. It just needed a slight alteration. I had to take Royal Corps of Signals off the lapels. We had a wonderful spread after the christening. They'd led on a running buffet. If you didn't run fast enough, you got nothing to eat. Your father hurt his mouth eating a sausage. He forgot to take the stick out. I asked your father if he wanted a cock o' van, and he said he could only do the slow foxtrot. Your Uncle John wanted an aperitif, and I told him it was the second door on the left. It brought back memories of when you were christened. That was when I belted your father when the priest took hold of you and said, "What's the child's name?" And your father said, "How about Fido?" We all had a lovely time. That's all for now. Love, Mammy. P.S. Your sister Maureen asked me to tell you that the triplets are both coming on a treat. Your father went to the chiropodist last week. When he'd done his feet, your father stood on his head and said, "How much for a haircut?" Lots of happiness, Mammy.
Once again, I'd be delighted if you'd share with me the treasure and the delights that one can only find in this beautiful Britain.
Get off your bum.
Who knows what we shall find as we begin our journey?
If you find a Samaritan with a short name, let me know.
This week, we're about to sample the sights and meet the inhabitants of Clutcham Gently. And what luck as we meet a ploughman wending his weary way home to his picturesque little cottage after tilling the soil. Hello, my fine fellow.
Get lost. This horse be heavy and he lives in them high-rise flats.
There have been many changes in the village. Picturesque stone cottages built from a nearby wood. Some short time ago, there was outrage amongst the villagers when a nudist camp was opened not far from the centre of... Yes?
How high is the wall?
I beg your pardon.
I've got one of them folding ladders.
Will you please go away?
I've got a pogo stick, and if I jump...
Go away! I'm trying to sample the delights.
Well, what do you think I'm after?
That's enough. How fortunate we are to have timed our visit here with one of the most important days in the life of the village, the crowning of the Rose Queen. I've never seen such hustle and bustle.
Now you get a move on, Lavender. My, you looks right pretty in your long frock and them daisies in your hair, showing off your golden locks. Oh, they couldn't have chosen a prettier Rose Queen and no mistake.
Thank you.
Oh, you be a sight to turn the head of every lad in the village. The prettiest maiden in the whole of the Shire and no mistake.
Thank you.
Her frock's up at the back.
Your frock's up at the back, Lavender. There we are.
Thank you.
You keep hold of your posy, lovely. Now don't forget, when the squire crowns you Rose Queen, you do a nice curtsy and then he'll kiss you on the cheek.
Thank you.
Brown Owl will be right proud of you.
I should think all the brownies will be proud of you, Lavender.
Thank you.
Toby,
Ben?
could you move that cart what the Rose Queen be sat on back half a yard?
What for?
Back wheel be on the squire's neck.
We pause outside the local village inn, the White Horse. This charming hostelry, with its thatched roof and whitewashed walls with mullioned windows, is mentioned in the Doomsday Book. It says, "Don't touch the draft bitter, you'll be as sick as a pig." The Tourist Information Centre is also worth a visit with its sandstone walls and oak-beamed roof. Let us step inside. Good morning to you. Could you tell me how many tourists visit your charming village each year?
I could if I wanted to, but I don't want to.
Thank you. Clutcham has a splendid mansion, Clutcham Hall on the hill. The relics hanging from the beam in the main hall belong to a 15th century acrobat who should have had more sense. Elizabeth I stayed here. During her visit, she made Dando, a well-known midget of the day, a Knight of the Garter. He was so excited, he jumped up and bit her bum. It came as somewhat of a surprise to learn that one of the prettiest cottages in the village is the home of two very well-known entertainers. I was even more surprised when I discovered the two people in question were...
the much-loved husband and wife singing duo, as much in harmony in their private life as they are on stage. Daphne and Cyril Billington. Daphne, Cyril, we never expected you to see you here.
Our little escape from the pressures of the entertainment world, dear chap.
We adore the countryside, don't we, Cyril, darling?
A haven, Daphne, my sweet.
Actually, I've just been pottering at the bottom of the garden.
How very relaxing for you.
Yes, it will be. She's building her own still. It does have its advantages for Daphne when she's had a few. 3 falls and she's home.
I take it that you haven't got any bookings at the moment.
He'll be getting booked into outpatients if he doesn't get a grip of his mouth.
When is your next public appearance?
I have one next Wednesday.
The magistrate caught drunk driving. 30 miles an hour in her Robin Reliant.
That's not an offence.
It is if you're carrying it. Staggering all over the road and singing "When the Red, Red Robin Comes Bob, Bob, Bobble and Bob."
There are many delightful walks around the village.
Then flaming well take one. And as for you, you slug, are you saying that I'm a tippler?
Darling, it was your idea to call our cottage the Plonkers.
Shall I tell you something about this big useless toe rag?
I have the feeling that this isn't going to be very flattering.
Do you know where he was last night? Do you know where this big armpit was last night? The Women's Institute.
I often give lectures at the Women's Institute.
Lectures? Lectures? You're a pigging member. Do you know what I found in the drawer at the side of his bed under his wife rumps that I had to put a hem in? Do you know what I found?
It's really been a great pleasure to meet you both.
A jar of wrinkle remover. One jar. Look at his boat race. Take a look at that boat race. You couldn't hide them wrinkles with a bucket of polyfiller.
What a delightful pond.
I made that pond myself.
Is there anything in it?
No.
There is now, you maggot.
Oh, Daphne!
The delightful cobblestone streets.
And you can join him.
Oh!
I'm up to here with you and your beautiful pig in Britain.
Ahoy!
Samaritans.
You're not the gentleman what I spoke to before.
He's gone off duty. He told me about your very sad case, and I'd like to help.
About that man who keeps ringing me up at Wrinkle Lodge, home for retired folk.
I discussed your very sad case with my colleague, and he thinks it's rather serious, and it would be better if you came along and had a talk with him, and he'll put a stop to it once and for all.
I will. I'll try anything.
I'm sure we can put an end to this very sorry business. 10:30 in the morning?
Yes. You've no idea how happy you've made me.
Excellent. At this office then at 10:30 tomorrow morning. What name is it?
Mr. Charlie Ellis, Tipperdiddle, Pollywater, Worthington, Collywater, Water, Peter Worthington. Now, how do you like it?
That was Jimmy's Cricket Team, starring Jimmy Cricket with Bill Pertwee, Peter Goodright and Noreen Kershaw. The script was written by Eddie Braben and the show was produced in Manchester by Mike Craig. Incidentally, Mike Craig's real name is Mr. Caporoli Nitoroy Selcher Bilk.
Hey, is there no end to it? What can you say after that lot?
Only one thing we can say.
Good night, Archie!
Good night, Nelly.
Good night, Albert.